Hello and welcome to Hope, harnessing optimism, productivity, and empowerment. I am your host, Shirley Brooks, life and business strategist for the advancement of women, and I created these short audio casts to help you grab a tiny bit of hope for each day. Today, we're addressing a challenge that can often become an obstacle, especially when it comes to important decisions: overthinking. First, let's define our challenge. Overthinking is when we spend excessive time mulling over our decisions, often getting stuck in a thought loop. This particularly affects ambitious professionals, solopreneurs, and busy moms, just like you and me. Why? Because of the weight of our decisions. We realize that they can heavily impact our families, our businesses, our careers, etc. So let's get an understanding of overthinking and what it looks like from a neuroscience perspective. When we overthink, our brain's stress response is activated. The amygdala, which is responsible for processing emotions, becomes hyperactive, releasing stress hormones. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, say that 50 times fast, the prefrontal cortex, which governs decision making, gets clouded, making it hard to make clear decisions. So this is a natural thing that's happening, okay? But I want you to look at this differently. I want you to envision a future where you break this cycle, making decisions with clarity and confidence. Take a moment and sit in that. Envision a future where you break this cycle of overthinking and you make decisions with clarity and confidence. Picture that version of you and hold on to that vision. And while you do that, I want you to grab your journal and reflect. Consider these two questions. What is one recent situation where overthinking prevented you from making a timely decision? And once you answer that, if you had to make the decision more quickly, what would have been the worst and best possible outcomes? And how different would those outcomes be from what actually happened due to the delay? So take a moment and ponder these questions, and when you're ready, you can move forward. All right. So with all of these little moments of hope, besides giving you something to reflect on, I always want you to come away with a practical tool you can use to help you move past the challenge. So today's challenge is overthinking and how that can delay decision making. So me loving acronyms the way that I do, I came up with a tool and it's called ACT, A-C-T. A stands for acknowledge, which is recognize your thoughts without judgment. C stands for challenge, which is question your thoughts. And T stands for transform, which is shift your mindset. So how do we act? I'll give you an example. Imagine you're pondering over an email you need to send to a client, or maybe you need to send it to a coworker or something like that. And you're worried about the tone, the content, and how it will be received. You acknowledge these worries without judgment. That's the A. Then you challenge them. Ask yourself, is worrying about every word helping me or holding me back? That's the C, challenge. And then T, you want to transform your thought pattern. Focus on being clear and professional rather than perfect. How much of a weight comes off your shoulders when you act, right? The ACT method helps you regain control over your thoughts, redirecting your focus to what's important and freeing you from overthinking. Now, remember, practice makes it more effective. So you want to keep doing this as much as you can. Or if you have a hard time thinking about it in the moment, think of prior situations where you could use the ACT tool and play it out. You can practice it that way too. Anywho, I hope with the reflecting and the acting, you have had a way to combat overthinking so that you can make your decisions faster. We're going to dig into overthinking some more as the little audios come forward. But thank you today for taking a few moments for self-growth. We're journeying towards a more confident decision maker, and we're saying goodbye to overthinking together. So tune in tomorrow for another dose of hope, optimism, and empowerment. And until then, remember to keep harnessing your hope.